Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our course, Network Theory and Transmission Lines. And today's lecture is about the transient response of RC circuits having DC excitation. So in the previous lecture, we have derived an expression for the transient response of RL circuits with DC excitation. And today, we are going to have the transient response of RC circuits. So these are the outcomes of the presentation. So by the end of this lecture, you are going to learn about, we are going to derive the expression for the current expression for the transient response of RC series circuit, and the time constant value of the RC series circuit, and the voltage drop across the resistor, voltage drop across the capacitor, the power in the resistor and the power in the capacitor. So now, before deriving this expression, so let us consider a series RC circuit with a DC voltage source, which is nothing but V as shown in this figure. So we can have, you can see here, so the DC, this is a DC source. This is a DC source. Then we are having a switch S. Initially, when the switch is open, that is at t is equal to 0 minus, this capacitor is uncharged. Initially, the capacitor is uncharged. So, but when the switch is closed at t is equal to 0, at the instance t is equal to 0, so we can have this, the series circuit. The series RC elements is going to come into the connection with your DC source. So then some voltage is going to develop across the resistor R, which is nothing but the VR here. And the voltage is going to develop across the capacitance C, which is nothing but the VC. And as shown in this figure, we can say the current through the series network here is nothing but the I. Right? So this is what the series RC circuit with the DC excitation. So when the switch S is closed at t is equal to 0, so the capacitor is going to get charged. Let us see what is going to happen. Applying KVL, we can see if we apply KVL, what is KVL here? KVL is nothing but the EMF acting across the loop, which is nothing but V here, is equal to the V is equal to the sum of the potential difference across different elements in the loop. What are the different elements? R and C. So the voltage across the R is nothing but VR is equal to R into I plus what is the voltage across C? VC is equal to integral of I dt. Integral of I dt. Right. So now by differentiating this equation, so why we are differentiating here means, so to cancel the integral we are differentiating here. Why? Because in the previous derivation, that is the series RL circuit, the voltage across the inductor is LdA by dt. There is no need of differentiation again. But here there is an integral. So hence we need to differentiate it. So differentiating the above equation, we can have V is equal to, so differentiating with respect to t, we can have the V is a constant value if we differentiate with respect to t. So V is equal to this dV by dt is going to become 0 here, right? So now R into di by dt, R into di by dt plus integral of I dt means I divided by C. Divided by C. So why here it is C? Because we can have, so differentiating the above equation, we can see here, we can have 1 by C integral of I dt here, not the integral of I dt, 1 by C integral of I dt. So when we are integrating this, 1 by C is going to be the constant value here. Integral of derivative of integral I dt is going to become I here. So rewriting this equation, we can write, taking the R as common in this. If we send to the left hand side, it is going to be 0 again. So now di by dt plus 1 by RC into I is equal to 0. So we got the general form of your first order linear differential equation. First order linear differential equation. And let us say this is the equation number 2. So now we can see this equation number 2 is in the form of the first order homogeneous linear differential equation. But it's not the non-homogeneous linear differential equation, it is homogeneous linear differential equation. So what is this form? So it is a very popular equation which you have studied in the mathematics, that is dy by dt plus py is equal to 0. You can compare these two. These two are in the same form. So where here y is equal to I and p is equal to 1 by RC. So for this kind of homogeneous linear differential equation, the solution is going to have only the complementary function. Why only complementary function? Because the particular integral of this homogeneous linear differential equation is going to be 0 here. Right? So that means here the solution of this type, that is the dy by dt, the solution for this kind of equation, that is dy by dt plus py is equal to 0, is going to be y is equal to c into e power minus pt. This is the solution for this equation. This is the solution for this equation. So which is the form of this equation? Dy by dt plus py is equal to 0. So we can have y is equal to c into e power minus pt. So now what could be the solution for this equation number 2? What could be the solution for this equation number 2? So what could be the solution? The solution for this equation number 2 can be written as, so if you compare here, this just replace y is equal to I and p is equal to 1 by RC. Right? P is equal to 1 by RC. So now if you rewrite the expression over here, so again taking the same circuit as shown in this figure, again taking the same circuit, the solution can be written as I is equal to c into e power minus 1 by RC into t, because p is nothing but 1 by RC. So here I is equal to c into e power minus t by RC. Now you have to remember one point, that is nothing but here the c is nothing but the arbitrary constant. Here the c is nothing but the arbitrary constant. This is the small letter c and this is your capital letter. This is the capacitance and this is the arbitrary constant. But don't confuse between these two c's. If you want, you can rename it as a k also, no problem. To avoid the confusion, you can consider k also, no issues. Right? So now our task is to find this value of the constant, arbitrary constant c. How to find this value of c? For this, we have to use the initial conditions. What is this initial conditions? How to apply these initial conditions? So with the application of the voltage, because it is a RC circuit. Right? As it is a RC circuit, we are going to consider the application of voltage. And assuming there is no initial charge across the capacitor doesn't going to produce any voltage across it. As initial classes I have said, the capacitor is going to act as a constant voltage source, and that is the reason why it is nothing but a short circuit. And the circuit, the capacitor acts as a short circuit. Right? That means the capacitor doesn't going to allow the sudden change in the voltage. The voltage across the capacitor just the moment just before the switching is going to be same as the moment just after the switching, right? So that is the reason why the capacitor is not going to allow the sudden change in the voltage. So using this initial conditions at t is equal to 0, at t is equal to 0, let us find the value of C. So when the capacitor is acting as a short circuit in the series RC circuit, the current value can be given directly as, because we are having only one element, that is nothing but the resistance R. If the capacitor is acting as a short circuit, so we are having only one element, that is the resistor R. If there is a one element resistor R, what could be the current? The current I is equal to simple formula, that is nothing but I is equal to V by R. I is equal to V by R. So now substituting the same value, I is equal to V by R. That means using the initial condition, just before the switching and after the switching, the capacitor not going to allow the voltage, any change in the voltage. So that means it's going to be the same. What is the previous voltage? It is going to be V by. So here it is nothing but VR. The same voltage is we are going to have here. So that means the current is going to be V by R. If we consider the capacitance as a short circuit. Right. So in this, so from this equation number 3, what we can write here? At t is equal to 0, we can write C is equal to I, which is equal to V by R, if the capacitor is short circuited at initial conditions. This point is very, very important. At initial conditions only. Here the polarity of the current is going to be V by R, because we are considering the capacitor in the charging cycle. We are deriving the expression in the charging cycle. Right. So now by substituting the C is equal to V by R, the constant C is equal to, the arbitrary constant C is equal to V by R in the equation number 3. The equation number 3 can be rewritten as I is equal to V by R into, so just I am substituting C is equal to V by R here. Remaining all is going to be same. I is equal to V by R into e power minus T by RC. So that means here this is going to give you the transient current expression of a series RC circuit. Transient current expression of a series RC circuit having DC excitation. What is the DC voltage? V. And what is the resistance? R. What is the capacitance? C. What is the time? T. So what is the time constant? Here this RC, T minus T by RC is there, right? So this RC is going to be your time constant. This RC is going to be your time constant. Is it clear? This RC is going to be your time constant. Whereas in the RL circuit, we are having R by L as your time constant. Sorry, L by R is your time constant tau. So this RC is going to be your time constant. You want to write tau is equal to RC. Tau is equal to RC. If you want to give the analysis with respect to the time constant tau, we can have I is equal to V by R into e power minus T by tau. Minus T by tau. Right? So this is going to be your transient current expression of a series RC circuit. Right? Is it clear? So now let us move to the next equation, that is the voltage equation. How to get the voltage equation? So before going to derive the voltage equation, so let us consider the graphical analysis of your transient current of a series RC circuit. So if you consider the time t as in the x-axis and current I of t in the y-axis, we can see there is the charging current. during the charging current is a decaying function. That means it is exponentially decaying. It is exponentially decaying. That means as it is a charging cycle of the capacitor, so as the capacitor is getting charged, the charging current is going to be reduced gradually. So here, why it is exponentially decaying? So mathematically, if you want to look into this, so you can have this equation, V by R into e power minus T by RC. So this is nothing but V by R. V by R is your initial current. Initial current. Before the capacitor is not charged. That means initially it is uncharged. At that time, at initial conditions, what is the current? V by R is going to be our current. So from that, if the capacitor is getting charged, it is going to exponentially decaying because it is e power minus T by RC. So with respect to the time constant, it is going to be decaying, exponentially decaying. Is it clear? The current is exponentially decaying when the capacitor is getting charged. So if we substitute the initial, the tau is equal to e power minus tau is equal to 1 at 1t, we can have 0.37i. That means 37% of the initial current. Similarly, at after around, you can observe in this from this figure, so the initial cycle we can have around the 37% of the initial current we can draw at the time constant tau is equal to 1. After 5 cycles, we can see the more than 99% of the current is going to reach its final value. It is taking around 5 cycles, 5 tau, right? So this is what the difference you have to observe, right? So now let us move to the voltage equation. So the voltage drop across the resistor. What is the voltage drop across the resistor? VR is nothing but I into R. What is I? I into R is, so I is nothing but V by R. So V by R into V by R into R is going to be V. V by R into R is going to be V. So here V into e power minus T by RC. This is simple equation. Nothing much to do in this. There is a simple equation. Voltage across the resistor is going to be simple. I into R. So we are having, how we come across this equation? How we come across this equation? We know that I is equal to V by R into e power minus T by RC into R. So now here what's going to happen? This R and this R is going to get cancelled. So finally you can have V into e power minus T by RC, right? So similarly, let us move to the next equation. Voltage across the capacitor. What is the voltage across the capacitor? So voltage across the capacitor, you can see VC is equal to 1 by C integral of I dt. So this is what the voltage across the capacitor. This is the general formula, 1 by C integral of I dt. So we know the value of I. What is the value of I? I is nothing but V by R into e power minus T by RC. This is what the equation number 3 which we have derived. Right? V by R into e power minus T by RC, or C into e power minus T by RC, where the small c, which is nothing but the arbitrary constant, that is nothing but V by R. So 1 by C integral of V by R into e power minus T by RC dt. So now integrating this, so what's going to happen here if we integrate this? So integrating this, we can have V by R, this integrating this equation, we can come across V into 1 minus e power minus T by RC. V into 1 minus e power minus T by RC. So if we integrate this, 1 by C is going to be constant, V by R is going to be constant here. So if we take V by RC is going to be there. So integral of e power minus AX. What is integral of e power minus AX? Integral of e power minus AX is going to become integral of e power minus ax is going to become e power ax into minus 1 by a. So a is nothing but minus 1 by rc. So a is nothing but 1 by rc here. So if we substitute this 1 by rc as x, you are going to have rc in the numerator. So rc and rc is going to get cancelled. So finally we can come across this equation. So that is nothing but v into 1 minus e power minus t by rc. Right? You can check it out, this equation. Right? So the voltage across the capacitor is V into 1 minus e power minus t by RC. The voltage across the resistor is V into e power minus t by RC. So now what could be the, if you want to represent the same thing in graphically, what could be the waveform? Yeah. So now you can see in both the terms, so V is going to be your constant value. That is nothing but V is nothing but your instant value, initial value. So with respect to V only, whether it is decaying or it is increasing, decaying or increasing, it depends upon this initial value V. So now V is your initial value. So if you consider VR, VR is nothing but V into e power minus t by RC. That means similarly it is going to exponentially decay. It is exponentially decay. This is exponentially decaying because VR is nothing but e power minus t by RC. But what about VC here? VC is nothing but 1 minus e power minus t by RC. So that means it is a positive. So that means it is a exponential increasing factor. It is an increasing factor. 1 minus e power minus t by RC is going to be increasing factor. So that is the reason why it is exponentially increasing, whereas the voltage across the resistor is exponentially decaying function. Right? For a RC charging circuit. So you have to remember this point. We are considering the charging cycle. So now let us derive the expression for power in the resistor. So what could be the power in the resistor? What could be the power in the resistor? The power in the resistor is going to be, the power in the resistor is going to be PR is equal to V into I. As it is a resistor, VR into I. So VR into I, which is equal to V into, so I we are having, so that is, so VR is, we got already in the previous slide, we have VR is equal to V into e power minus t by RC. Now substituting the same value here, V into e power minus t by RC into, you know the value of I, that is V by R into e power minus t by RC. So V into V by R is going to be V square by R e power minus t by RC into e power minus t by RC. So we can have e power minus 2t by RC. E power minus 2t by RC. Is it clear? So this is going to be the power in the resistor. So similarly, if you want to get the power in the capacitor, so what could be the power in the capacitor? The PC is equal to, similarly as it is here VR into I, so here it is going to be VC into I. So what is VC? What is VC? So VC we already got, that is V into 1 minus e power minus t by RC. V into 1 minus e power minus t by RC. So now the same value I am substituting here. VC is equal to V into the same value V into 1 minus e power minus t by RC into, what is the I value? I value is nothing but V by R into e power minus t by RC. So now V into V by R is going to be V square by R into V square by R into, so now multiplying this e power minus t by RC into 1 is going to be e power minus t by RC. E power minus t by RC, so as it here it is the minus, I am writing it as a minus. So e power minus t by RC into e power minus t by RC is going to be again e power minus 2t by RC. E power minus 2t by RC. Right. So this is going to be your final expression for the power in the capacitor. Power in the capacitor. So first you need to get the current expression. Remaining all is going to be easy. Just calculation, the basic derivation and the integration. Multiplication. Is it clear? So now Now, if we plot the same, the power and the responses for the power in the capacitor and the resistor with respect to the time, with respect to the time constant, we can see the power in the resistor again, because it is the V square by R in both the terms, the V square by R is going to be the constant term. You can see here, V square by R is the constant term here, and whereas here also V square by R is the constant term. So V square by R is here, which is the initial value. So V square by R. So whereas coming to the resistor, you can see e power minus 2t by RC, as it is an exponential minus. So that means it is a exponentially decaying function. PR is a exponentially decaying function. But whereas coming to the capacitor, power in the capacitor, we can see the mixed term, that is e power minus t by RC and e power minus 2t by RC. So for this, we can have a damping condition. We can have a over damping condition. We may not have the exact value over here. So that is the reason why we can having a damping condition here. With respect to the time constant, we are having a damping condition. If you want, you can take some values of the time constant and you can substitute here and you can see the values, how the response is coming. So we are having a over damping condition over here. Right? So this is with respect to the series RC circuit. So again, I am going back. Again, I am going back to the previous slide which we have discussed. So what we have discussed in the outcome. So we have derived the current expression, that is I is equal to V by R into 1 minus V by R into e power minus t by RC, and we have got the value for the time constant, that is tau is equal to RC, and we got the value for the voltage drop across the resistor, which is nothing but V into e power minus t by RC, and here also V voltage drop across the capacitor, we got V into 1 minus e power minus t by RC, and we got the value for the power in the resistor, which is nothing but V square by R into e power minus 2t by RC, and we got the value for the power in the capacitor, that is nothing but V square by R into e power minus t by RC minus e power minus 2t by RC. Right? So these are the values which we have derived. So these values, using these values, we can solve any kind of problem on the series RC circuits. Right? So thank you for listening. So in the next class, we will derive the expression for the RLC circuit. Thank you very much.